guys, so for this tutorial I'm going to be using my yarn, which is from a brand called Nako, my measuring tape, my scissors, and my hook, which is a 3mm hook. So to get started, you're going to measure your back. So I measured mine, which was 14 inches, and I minus 2 inches, which is 12 inches, because I'm going to have a strap on the side. So just measure your back and minus 2 inches, or you can use the exact measurement of your back. So like I said, mine is 14 inches minus 2. I'm going to be using 12 inches. Now for the foundation chain, I'm going to be using the chainless foundation double crochet because it's quite stretchy. So for that, you're going to start by making the slip knots. Now chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over and go into the very first stitch. Yarn over and pull through. I have 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through the first loop. I have 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2. Now yarn over and go into the loop of the last stitch you just did now. So this down loop, you're just going to go into it. Yarn over and pull through. I have 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through the first loop. I have 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, go into the bottom loop of the last stitch you just did now. Yarn over and pull through. I have 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through the first loop. I have 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, go into the bottom loops, these 2 loops of the previous stitch. Yarn over and pull through. You have 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through the first loop. You still have 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2. Now I'm just going to continue with this till I have a total of 12 inches. Now the main reason I'm using this foundation chain is because even if I'm going for 12 inches, when stretched, it's still going to give me about 14 inches. So there's really no problem with the measurement I'm using. So yarn over, going to the bottom loop, yarn over and pull through. You have 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through the first loop. You have 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2. So just continue with this till you have the length you want, or rather the width you want. I did a total of 50 double crochet, which is about 12 inches when stretched. So for a size small, you can do 40 to 45 double crochets, and for a size large to extra large, you can do about 55 to 60 double crochet. It depends on your size, but this is for a medium, and I did a total of 50 double crochets. Now for the first row, I'm going to start by chaining 1. In this first stitch, go in with 2 double crochet, which serves as your increase. So yarn over, go into the first stitch, yarn over and pull through. I have 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Go back into the same stitch with another double crochet. Now I have my increase. Continue with 1 double crochet in the rest of the stitches till you get to the last stitch. I'm at the end of the row. In the last stitch, go in with 2 double crochet. 1, 2. And this serves as your increase on this end. So you're increasing on both sides of the panel. For row 3, chain 1, turn over. In the first stitch, go in with 2 double crochets. Now continue with 1 double crochet in the rest of the stitches till you get to the end of the row, where you're also going to do an increase. So you're just increasing on both sides of the panel till you have the amount of rows you want for for the back of the pants. Now I'm just going to keep on doing this till I have the amount of rows I want for the back of my pant, and I'll let you know what to do next. But just know that you're putting 2 double crochet in the first stitch and 2 double crochet in the last stitch. I did a total of 6 rows of no increase or decrease, making it a total of 26 rows. Now what you want to do is you want to work on the front part of the pants. So I'm just going to start by chaining 1, turn over. For the 27th row, you're going to start increasing on both sides. So in this first stitch, go in with 2 double crochets. 1, 2. Now put 1 double crochet in the rest of the stitches till you get to the last stitch. Now I've gotten to the last stitch. In this very last stitch, go in with 2 double crochet, which serves as your increase. So now you have you have an increase at the beginning of the row and an increase at the end of the row. Chain 1 and turn over. For 28th row, you're going to repeat 27th row. So in the first stitch, go in with 2 double crochets. 1, 2. Continue with 1 double crochet in the rest of the stitches till you get to the end of the row. I've gotten to the end of the row and I'm going to do 2 double crochet in the last stitch, which serves as an increase. Chain 1, turn over. For the 29th row, go into the first stitch with 2 double crochets. Continue with 1 double crochet in the rest of the stitches till you get to the last stitch where you're going to do 2 double crochets. So now what you're going to do is you're just going to keep on increasing on both sides of the panel till you have the amount of rows you have for the front and for the back panel. So since I did a total of 20 rows for the back panel, I'm going to do this till I have a total of 20 rows. So remember, I already have 6 rows from this part, which is also part of the front panel. So I have 6 rows from this part, and I'm just going to continue till I have a total of 20 rows, and I'll show you what to do next. But for now, just continue increasing on both sides of the pants. I'm done with the front panel, and I did a total of 14 rows of increase, making it 20. So remember, I did 6 rows of double crochet with no increase or decrease. So plus 14 rows of increase, making it 20 rows. So in total, I have 40 rows because I did 20 rows for the back panel. Now the length I have for the pants is, I have about 10 inches when stretched. So the amount of rows you want to do determines how high-waisted you want the pants to be. Now what I'm going to do next is, as you can see, I already did one side of the pants. I already attached one side of the pant. Now what I did was, you're going to start by attaching your yarn at one end. So I chained 12 on this side, meaning I'm going to do a total of 12 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now just attach this chain to this end of the other panel. So now we are done attaching the 2 panels together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around with 1 single crochet. So chain 1 in the first stitch, go in with 1 single crochet. The next stitch, go in with 1 single crochet. In this chain stitch, go in with 1 single crochet. So like I said, you just put in 1 single crochet around the pants. So continue along the chain till you get back to this end. Now I've gotten to the end of the row and I'm just going to slip stitch into the chain 1 I did at the beginning of the row. Chain 1. Now go around with 1 double crochet. So in the first stitch, go in with 1 double crochet. Go into the next stitch with 1 double crochet, and the next stitch with 1 double crochet. So just continue with 1 double crochet in each stitch till you get to the end of the row. I've come to the end of the row and I'm just going to slip stitch into the chain 1 I did at the beginning of the row. For the next row, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This serves as a double crochet plus a chain 1. Now skip the very next stitch and do a double crochet in the next stitch after that. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, do a double crochet in the very next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, go into the next stitch after that with a double crochet. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, go into the next stitch after that with a double crochet. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, go into the next stitch with 1 double crochet. You're going to continue with this till you get to the end of the row. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, go into the next stitch. So just continue with the mesh stitch till you get to the end of the row. Now I've come to the end of the row and I'm just going to chain 1 and slip stitch into this chain 4 I did at the beginning of the row, on top of the chain 4, sorry. For the next row, chain 4, skip this chain 1 space and go into the next double crochet stitch with 1 double crochet. Chain 1, skip the chain 1 space, go into the next double crochet stitch with 1 double crochet. Chain 1, go into the next double crochet stitch with 1 double crochet. Chain 1, go into the next double crochet stitch with 1 double crochet. Now you're just going to continue with this till you get to the end of the row. Chain 1, skip the chain 1 space, go into the next double crochet stitch with 1 double crochet. So you're going to do this for a few more rows depending on how high-waisted you want the bikini pants to be. I'll let you know how many rows of the mesh stitch I do, but for now just continue with the mesh stitch so you have the amount of rows you want. I'm done with the pants and I did a total of 3 rows of mesh stitch. Like I said, you can go higher depending on how high-waisted you want the pants to be, but this is pretty much high-waisted because it's covering my belly button, so this is okay. So yeah, this is the end result of the pant, and the measurement for this is about, let's see. So the measurement for this is 11 inches or 11.5 inches and 12 inches when stretched. So this is okay. So that's it for this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and if there's anything you don't understand, you can leave a comment down in the comment section. And please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next tutorial.